Hello, I am here to make some soothing, calming nervine tea today with a few different herbs. So I wanted to show you what I'm putting together and give you a few ideas about some other soothing, calming herbs that make nice tea that you might want to use to make your own soothing, calming nervine tea. So I've got here a jar that has some marshmallow leaf, some oat straw, some ginger that I chopped up fresh, some spearmint, and a little bit of cinnamon, some cinnamon chips. And I'm going to show you those things. But first, I'm going to pour the tea so that it can steep while we chat. So I've got some boiled water. Here we go. Oh yes, it's a freezing cold day here in the middle of February in southeastern Ontario in Canada. So it is cold, and not only is it cold, but I would say that that it is the times these days are calling for some nervine teas, some soothing, comforting nervine teas. Now I've got this steeping in this jar, and I'm going to put this plate on top of it, which is going to help to keep all the medicine in the tea, all the aromatic stuff from all those aromatic herbs in the tea while it's steeping instead of evaporating out, and that will keep more of the medicine actually available to me in the tea. So I've got a big jar of it. I've got enough to share. And talking about the herbs that I put in there that I chose for this, well, I chose some oat straw, and here's some oat straw, which it's just the straw from the oat plant that you can grow, or you can easily buy it as, you can get it in tea bags, or you can get it from herb shops chopped up like this. It is so nice and soothing for tired, exhausted nerves. It's really nourishing to the nervous system. And one of the reasons is because it's got so many B vitamins and also lots of trace minerals. So that just helps to support the spine and the structure of the body and the bones, but also nerve conduction support, and it calms the system. The B vitamins particularly tend to really help bring a sense of calm that doesn't make you sleepy, but calms you because you're getting the nourishment that you need, so you don't need to be on this primal level kind of on edge, because you have what you need sort of at a base level. That's the way I perceive oat straw, and I love it for just day-to-day drinking to manage the day in a calm, grounded way. If you've had too much caffeine, it can help to just kind of bring you down a little bit. If you're just feeling a little bit too agitated, stimulated, it'll be really helpful. So I love the oat straw. And then I put in also some spearmint. So spearmint is, of course, a herb we can easily grow. Delicious, smells really good, also very mineral rich, and pretty much all the plants in the mint family will work on the nervous system, many of them calming. And so the spearmint is one of them, and I just love the flavor of spearmint. And then I put in some marshmallow. So I've got marshmallow leaf here. You can also use marshmallow root. So I grow marshmallow in my garden. It's really easy to grow marshmallow. It's a beautiful plant that lasts it's not perennial, but it lives for about 4 years or so. And seeds itself really easily, and so new plants will show up wherever you plant it, and you can save the seeds and spread them around and share them with your friends. The leaves and the flowers can be used for tea, and also the roots. Marshmallow root is very commonly used as medicine for coughs and colds, and also for digestive stuff. Marshmallow is very, very it really softens dried out, irritated tissues. And it has this softening effect also on the kind of the mind, the nerves, the emotions. It helps to bring more moisture where things are really dried out and tense. And in doing that, it helps to relax them. So if you have a hard time keeping yourself hydrated, even when you drink a lot of water, bringing in marshmallow is a really nice thing. If you tend to get constipated easily because you're all tight. It helps to just moisten and relax, and it's not like a crazy laxative. It's just a nice soothing support if you need it, and if you don't, it's not gonna it's not gonna mess things up for you with your digestive system. It's very, very healing and soothing to an irritated or inflamed digestive tract. And we know more and more now that the digestive system is so tied in with the brain, the gut brain axis thing, and the emotions and the nerves. You've got all these nerve connections in your gut, and so whatever's going on with you mentally, there's very often a strong connection with what's going on in your gut. And so the marshmallow really speaks to that. I lost one leaf here, didn't make it in, so I'm putting it in late. So marshmallow. Now, because it's a freezing cold day here in Canada in February, I thought I want to warm this tea up a little more. I mean, it's hot because it's hot water, but these herbs that I put in, well, the mint in particular can be a little bit cooling, and the marshmallow and the oat straw are not, but they're not like super warming. So I added some ginger. I just chopped up a little bit of fresh ginger, like for this amount, a jar, like a couple teaspoons of it chopped up. And I also have some cinnamon. So I have this nicely, like the cinnamon came really nicely in these little chip size things. Oops. So I just put in a few of those chips, like maybe a half teaspoon or so of them. And the cinnamon and the ginger are nice and warming, and they stimulate the circulation, and they also support healthy digestion. So I brought them in for all of that. And here we go. You can see that it's turning a really nice dark color now as it sits and steeps. I like to steep my tea in a glass jar because then I can watch it as it steeps, and it can kind of be like a meditation as you watch the herbs and the water interact and slowly, meld into one, and the magic of the medicine makes its way into the tea. So that in itself can be really nice and soothing on an irritated or agitated nervous system. Some other herbs that I like to work with for nervine support, I've got here some lemon balm. And lemon balm is mint family, and it's really aromatic, lemony. It's a beautiful garden herb, very easy to grow, perennial, and you can just keep cutting it and more will grow back. So you can dry your own throughout the season. It's nice to have in a garden too, because being an aromatic plant, it helps to attract. It helps to repel a lot of the pests that might get onto your garden otherwise. So it's helpful to grow it, lemon balm, near like cabbage family plants, and it will deter the cabbage beetles or moths or whatever, for example. So it's a helpful herb that way as well. And the bees love it. In fact, it's named Melissa. This is a Latin name for the bees, because Melissa comes from miel, honey. So yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful herb, and it is so lovely on the nervous system. It's really nice when, again, it's got this gut connection. If you, when you're getting anxious or nervous, you really feel it in your gut, the lemon balm is really going to help with that. It will just calm any tightness, tension in the gut, and then as part of that, it will calm the nerves. It's also a pretty nice antidepressant, so it can be helpful in the winter if you're feeling just kind of down low. It helps to lift things up a little bit, and quite safely. If you're taking other medications, you don't have to worry about an interaction with lemon balm. It helps to fight off lots of viruses too. It's antiviral. Then we have another mint family plant here. I just have a little bit in a bowl. This is motherwort, and the motherwort grows wild all around here. Motherwort is a very bitter herb, so when I make tea with it, I mix it with lemon balm, mint, cinnamon, aromatic, flavorful stuff, so that I'm not drinking a nasty bitter tea. But motherwort is such a wonderful herb that works a lot in the heart center. It helps to calm, like when you have palpitations or, you know, like pounding in your chest from anxiety. It really helps to calm that. And it's also quite safe. No problem with interacting with any medicines you might be taking. It is, because it's bitter, it stimulates digestion. So it works on the gut that way rather than relaxing all the muscles. It stimulates, but it also is very helpful to relax any kind of spasms anywhere in the body. So not just heart palpitations, but muscle spasms anywhere. I think of motherwort as, you know, one of the key herbs that I would bring in to manage that. So it can help sometimes with aches and pains. It's got a real association with women and reproductive health. So you can use it for cramping, like menstrual cramping and such as well. And the final one I will speak about here is lavender. And lavender is, of course, just a beautiful herb, even just to smell. It's really nice in a bath that can help to soothe your nerves. It's really nice also for people who are feeling pretty dark, depressed, and at the same time are having a hard time sleeping. The lavender can help to shift you into sleep and at the same time take the edge off of really dark, difficult, depressive feelings. Lavender, sometimes I make a tincture with it where it's extracted in alcohol, and it's quite strong, and just a little bit of that, a few drops of that, can really help to shift the mental emotional space from somewhere pretty dark to, you know, a more calm and lighter outlook, I would say. So I love that as well. And there are so many more, of course. There's chamomile, there's mugwort, there's tulsi, there's skullcap, so many more. I have to make another video to talk about all the nervine herbs, passion flower and hops. So I will, perhaps I'll do that. But I was just drawn today to make this tea on video and share it with you because I feel like a lot of people will really do well with some nervine support these days. It's there's a lot of change happening in the world right now. Here we are, February 13th, 2021. And here in Ontario, Canada, we're seeing more, there's more excitement going on politically and among the populace than maybe ever before in this country. And I know it's causing a lot of uncertainty, a lot of tension and disagreement and unsettledness. And we'll see, of course, who knows where everything is going to land. But if we can be engaging from a place of more grounded, peaceful, present, self-awareness, rather than being all caught up in the stress and anxiety and dispute and energy of the whole story, then I think, you know, we'll be a lot better off in terms of moving forward in a good way. And so I just, you know, wanted to share the simplicity of taking some plants. Plants, they're so wise, they're so old, you know, in certain traditions, they're known as our grandparents because they're so much older than us and they're so generous to us. They just give, they just want to support and don't really make too many demands on us. Although if we are, if we're cognizant of them, we can recognize their needs and give them what they need, even though they don't ask us for it. Kind of like, you know, a grandparent might be with their grandchild. So I see that association. And just herbs and water. They could be herbs that you grew in your garden or that your friend grew, that you have available to you, or herbs that you get from a store nearby really easily, or that you order online or whatever. They're quite easily available, relatively inexpensive, good pure water. Let them blend together, make a beautiful tea. And then I like to use one of these to just pour my tea through the strainer. And, you know, I end up with this beautiful cup of tea that I can't really get on the camera. But, you know, here it is. It's steaming. It smells delicious. It tastes delicious. And in the amount of time that it took me to just talk about a few herbs for you, I got this nicely steeped pot of tea, jar of tea. So I recommend you to consider doing the same. And I wish you very well, and I wish you a lot of peace.